So we have one episode left of Flip Flappers before this wonderful series comes to an end, and this episode was really good. It definitely took a different direction than I was thinking. Now last week we did see that we went back to the first world that Paprika and Coconut ever went to, but I wasn't expecting to see them go to multiple worlds that they already have went to, where they just keep getting sucked back to different worlds, and they kind of have to relive, or at least Paprika does, because Yayaka didn't see all of the individual worlds completely the same way that Paprika did. So it's interesting seeing them pretty much get locked in worlds they've already been to and have to redo it shortly. Now obviously they didn't stick around too long. There was the Mad Max style world there. They had to refight that bitch again, which was pretty entertaining. But I like seeing them get sucked back into it while pretty much Coconut is being brainwashed and controlled by Mimi, because that's what this Mimi thinks right. The outside world is not okay, she needs to be protected by me, and she just has a lot of sass. I have to say, her sass this episode really made me cracked up. She's making jokes like how Coconut needs to make better friends, she needs to pick her friends better, and how that even when Yayaka transforms into such a pure girl, she still has such a foul mouth. Like, she had a lot of sass to me. I had to say, it cracked me up a lot. But there is that other Mimi, the pure one that Paprika loves the same way that she loves Coconut, and she wants that one back. And that's the Mimi that is trying to help Coconut realize that, what do you truly want? Do you truly want this to happen? Do you want them to be thrown away from your life? And because of that, she does get to transform with Paprika, so it does look like they'll have to break free, but it's not going to be a completely easy fight, I don't think. Despite them pretty much one-punching this robot that she transforms into, I think there is going to be a bit of a struggle there. It's not going to just be one shot, it's over. At least I don't think so. It could surprise me, and this fight could already be over, but I highly doubt it. But seeing Yayaka get to transform and even Boo into that giant robot mecha destroyer while Salt and them are trying to get to this, I think it's the machine that destroyed Salt's father's mind, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot going on in terms of everyone transforming, kind of getting into that final form for the final fight, which I really enjoyed. But I just really liked the struggle that Mimi was going through, because even though Mimi, or this Mimi, is being so controlling and pretty much seductive in making people think that her way is the right way. I mean, she even brainwashes Paprika to forgetting what Mimi's true wish was, which was, I want Coconut to make up her own future and decide what she wants to do, while this Mimi is brainwashing, saying, no, you want me to make up your future, because she's seen all the horrors on the outside world, so you can understand where she's coming from, but you know she's not 100% right. And the Mimi that is telling Paprika, you have to remember our true wish, you have to remember what I wanted for Coconut when I was pregnant with her. I told you my wish, and that is to let Coconut make up her own mind. So I did like how they broke free from the mind control, and it's going to be interesting how the final episode plays out. We do get that confirmation. I know there are still some skeptics out there on the internet saying, well, what if, Coconut was made in pure illusion, because Mimi can do that. She even says in this episode, she mentions her father. I mean, at this point in time, the only person who could be her father is Salt. So if there's still skeptics out there, I don't know what to tell you. Salt is 100% her father. It's what we've been saying for a while here. But I really like this episode. It was definitely not as insane as last week, but it did a lot with the characters, did a lot with the worlds, playing around with things we've already seen, and just the overall presentation was very interesting to watch. Before this, we got to see one world at a time, so it was kind of interesting going into the worlds we've already seen kind of back to back in such a fast-paced manner. It was just really interesting to kind of see in that light, so it's something I quite enjoyed. But I'm going to be interested if Salt's going to die, because it does look like he's trying to use that machine that destroyed his father's mind. Unless this is a completely different machine that we've never seen, but that's the machine I'm pretty sure he's trying to get into there. So it's going to be interesting if his mind also gets destroyed, and Coconut's going to have that heartbreak moment of her realizing that Salt's her father before Salt ultimately dies. I think something of that's definitely going to happen. We're going to lose Mimi and Salt is what I think is going to happen for the ending. Because ultimately the way I see this wrapping up is the true Mimi is going to take over, and possibly her and Salt will get to live in pure illusion. Maybe pure illusion will close up for good, something like that. Something like that could definitely happen, but I do think Yayaka, Paprika, and Coconut are all going to get out of there alive unscathed, and, everything is going to be all fine and dandy there. But it's interesting nonetheless how everything was taking place here. I love the episode overall. I just really can't wait to see how it ultimately wraps up. I mean, I said last week, even if the final 2 episodes were trash, this is already top 10 material for me. And this episode was fantastic as well. So, I mean, I'm safe to say this is going to have a great final episode. I mean, we're 12 episodes in, and I don't think there's been a bad episode whatsoever. I mean, that's impressive to say the least. The quality is there. There's so much fine-tuning and care to this series that I just really enjoy. But for people who watched the episode, what did you think? What do you think of the preview for next week? Is, if I'm not mistaken, is called Pure Audio, if I'm not mistaken, for the last episode. And the preview looked weird with all the sound waves, everything going crazy on the screen. So I think we're going to have a pretty insane final episode, something with sound and maybe music. But it'll be fun nonetheless. So let me know your thoughts and theories. How did you enjoy the episode, and how do you think it's going to wrap up? Do you agree with me that probably Salt and Mimi are going to go away, and then Paprika, Yaika, and Coconut are all going to be able to live happily ever after? What are your thoughts? Let me know, and as always, hit that like button if you did enjoy the video. If you're new to the channel, also be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.